My name is Ajay, and I'm a product manager on Google Analytics. And today I'm going to show you the new Google Analytics mobile app. This app is actually coming live on Android and iOS at the same time, and it works across phones and tablets. I'm here on an iPad today, so I'll just show you how it works on an iPad. So it's actually, the beautiful thing about this app is that it makes Google Analytics very, very easy to use. You may have used Google Analytics in the past before and wondered, where do I get my data and what do I look at? And we really try to simplify it here for you. So let me just walk you through it. As soon as I open the app, I'm taken to an overview of my Google Analytics data. You're looking at real-time data. I've got an audience overview, which is the users that come to your site. Behavior covers how those users behave in your site. This business that we're tracking is the Google Merchandise Store. We sell hats and shirts and things like that. So we have some e-commerce data, revenue, transactions, things like that. And we've also set up goals on the site. And as you can see, we can quickly get an overview of how all of these pieces of data interact. So I can see where my users are coming in, and I can see the full, what's called the curriculum of data, my audience, my behavior, my conversions, my e-commerce, all in one place. Now, these visualizations are called, we call them scorecards, but basically I can choose to focus on users, sessions, new users, and that updates the data I'm looking at as I tap on it. One thing that's cool about this is not only do I get to choose between my metrics, but I can choose between dimensions I care about. So by simple swiping. So if I care about new users, I can look at new users by device category, by my channels that I get the customers, by country. And let's say I care, I'll just take a quick look here and look at users by country. I'm going to look at channel groupings, and I can see, okay, this is where my users come in. That's what channel groupings mean. Let me take a quick look over here. Let's look at behavior. Let's look at my bounce rate. Let's look at pages per session over time. Now, it's the same order. So pages by session by channel groupings is here. I'm looking at my revenue by channel groupings. And that's there. And I'm immediately seeing something interesting. Now I can see that my users by default channel groupings, direct, Google, display, referrals, I get 1,000 users over this time period, the last week, from referral. But referral actually drives the majority of my revenue. This is something that's really interesting in my business, and I can quickly see that this is important to me. So I don't want to lose track of this. So let me go ahead and save this to my dashboard. And when I hit that, I get an opportunity to customize this report before I save it. Now this is cool, but you know what? I actually want to see this in a bar chart like this, because it's a little bit easier for me to read, and I'll go ahead and save that. Now that's saved to my dashboard. If I hit the Show Me button, you can see that it's added here. Let me clear out these old ones to make this easier. You can see that it's added here. Now, let's go back, and let's say if I wanted to also see revenue by channel grouping, I could go back to the report I just looked at and save it from there. I could also do this. I can also duplicate this, and you want to show me my revenue. Let's just find revenue real quick by channel grouping. And there's a revenue by channel grouping. And there's that insight I saw before. The referral makes up most of my revenue. And look, I can interact with all of these things. So I can see that referral makes up 1,000 of my users, but 16,000 of my revenue. Now this is very cool. I found something interesting. I may not be the person that needs to act on this, but I want to share this with the person that does. So I'll go ahead and hit this share button. And from here, we let you share this image natively in any way that you've got sharing enabled on your phone, on your tablet, whatever it is. So I could text this, I could email this, I could put it in Twitter or Facebook if I really felt like it. But I'm going to go ahead and email this. So let's see if I've got, so I'll go ahead and use Gmail to send this email. And I'm not sending it to the Gmail app. So let's just try something else. So I'm going to send it via my mail app, and what it does is it takes that screen, that report you're looking at, adds the context of where it came from. This is a Google Analytics report. Here's the date range I was looking at. Here's the property I was looking at, and gives you all the context you're looking at. And I can say, hey, Jim, can we try and get more referral traffic. And I can just send that off. And this will go fire off and send an email. And Jim doesn't even need to go into Google Analytics. He sees why it's important. And you can start a conversation directly from the app. And we really think that's very cool. Go ahead and get rid of this. I'll show you a few more things. This dashboard lets you create metrics just from reports from scratch. Let's say if I want to see users by count of sessions. And this will give me a nice little histogram of how often people are coming back. Turns out people don't come back very often. This is something that's only useful when I look at returning users. So let me just make sure I focus on my returning user segment here. So for users that actually do return, here's the breakdown of how often they visit my site. And it's a neat little drop off. So I'll go ahead and keep monitoring this guy right here. Now all of this is in my dashboard or anywhere I want it to be. And I can change the state range to be anything. I can look at today. Let's just look at today and compare to yesterday. I can compare, I cannot compare. So let's look at today. And we're looking now at live data being pulled today. So here's how many users I've got, my returning visitors, my channel groupings, all the things I wanted to see right here. The report has the app has a bunch of data in it you can explore. The overview is where I took you first. Audience goes deeper into your audience data acquisition, etc., behavior, going deeper into those. Quick glance at real time. With real time, I get to know what's happening on my site right now. What pages are people looking at? What referrals did they come from? What mediums? What events are people doing? What devices are people using? So very quickly, and any of these you could be saved to your dashboard as well. So I added that to my dashboard, and now if I go back to my dashboard, my real-time chart is right there with all of the other things I cared about. So you can very quickly build up the metrics that you care about. All of these other reports actually just go deeper into your audience, into your behavior, and they break down your audience by where you get them, who they are. So I can see, for example, what's my breakdown of males versus females on the site, and how does that compare to the last period? I could look at what devices, what operating systems people are coming in on, what screen resolutions. And this is actually an interesting thing to explore. Like if I wanted to look at revenue by screen resolution, maybe that would tell me something. So I'll just look at this. Let me go ahead and save this to dashboard. Let's look at revenue by screen resolution. And there's my revenue by screen resolution. I can see which resolutions are performing well, or see there's outliers that are just not performing well. Compare it when I look at this side by side with my users. Let's go and get out of this. The behavior section goes deeply into your behavior of their site. One of the nice things about this organization of data is that it's really dependent on how your site is set up. It's pretty smart. So this property is a merchandise store. It's an e-commerce property, it has all this data. Let me switch to an app property real quick. So here's an app property. Now while it's loading, I'll just pull up. This app itself doesn't have any e-commerce transactions. It doesn't have any goals set up. It doesn't have any of these, well, it has a few goals set up, but it doesn't have e-commerce. So you can see that we've really shrunk down the list of reports so you don't get lost in a bunch of things that don't have any meaning for you. And for apps, we look at different data than we would look at for websites. You don't look at page views, you look at screen views. So we really try to bring this app to be much smarter than we had before, and I hope that you can start playing with it, start sharing insights that you find, and you'll see that you quickly be able to catch things that are very important to you. Thanks for watching.